Hello, this is Lovistro, the Dragon of Cyberspace, coming to you with all news, tips, and tricks within the gaming spectrum. You know, sometimes it's good to focus on other aspects of the industry. What's going on? It's already preparing for the new generation of game designers, if you would say. What can we expect? Well, the game developer may have a clue. Or rather, Saber Interactive CEO donated $5 million for Game Industry Institute at University of Texas. Mark Kerr, CEO and co-founder of Saber Interactive, appears to be the first game industry figure with his name on a university program. This week, the University of Texas Austin announced that the founding of a new game industry academic department following a $5 million donation from Saber Interactive's co-founder and CEO, Matt Karsh, on behalf of the Karsh family. The program, dubbed the Karsh Gaming Institute, will be dedicated to shaping the next generation of creative leaders in the video game industry. The program will operate under the UT Austin's Moody College of Communication. To the best of our knowledge, the donation, one of the first video game studies programs to be named on behalf of a major industry donor, is also another instance of Karsh boosting his profile after taking Saber Interactive out from under Embracer Group with a deal worth $247 million. For comparison, Sony Interactive Entertainment donated $3 million to the University of Southern California's Gerald A. Lawson Fund in 2022. The Institute's first course offerings expand on existing game design offerings at UT Austin. Business of Gaming, from concept to console, will explore gaming development through the business lens from pitching to release, and Gaming Usability Lab Fundamentals will educate students on the purpose of usability labs and video game industry. Both courses seem appropriate for an institute bearing Karsh's name. The Saber CEO is a surprisingly rare high-level executive with direct experience in game development, going from trenches of timeshift to the leader of one game company that seems to have escaped the implosion of Embracer relatively unsinged. Yes. Charles Largez is a boon to UT Austin's prospects in teaching students the ins and outs of the game industry. It's also another noteworthy play for an executive who seemingly relishes more time in the public eye. That doesn't sound right. Proofread before you publish. Is that what a publisher does? Jesus. Saber Interactive CEO has the habit of defending billionaires and criticizing agendas in games. Commentary from various video game C-suite executives has become a relatively subdued affair since the heady moments of the 2000s. Gone are the high-profile stunts like former Xbox boss Peter Moore's Halo 2 tattoo. More common now are subdued comments on a quarterly conference call. Still more high-profile examples of public noise making today are the friendly press appearances of Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer and former Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick's aggressive defense of his reputation following his departure from the company. Karsh's vocal, often unprompted hot takes go against the grain, and April stressed critics for being too hard on Embracer and its CEO Lars Wingfors. In May, he told game developer that not speaking up in defense of Wingfors would be worse than saying something publicly bad. After the successful launch of Saber's Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 in September 2024, oh my god, and user claiming to be Karsh left a comment on YouTube channel of the far-right personality Asmongold. How is Asmongold far-right? Dude, my god. You know what? Sorry, I gotta say this. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Bryant Francis, and you're a senior editor. You're a writer, a journalist, a narrative designer. Then how are you sucking at writing? Like, oh my God. If you're the senior editor, I should be the freaking executive publisher, or whatever it is that decides things at game developer. I qualify. Like and I'm not that good at writing. But even I know the way you're writing, like, look, I know with my brain injury and with certain characters, it's hard to communicate certain things. But when you're writing a news article, you don't have to worry about character limits. You don't have to worry about those things. And you don't have to worry about hit send. You write your article, you have things like Grammarly and proofreading software. You can send it to AI. It probably was written by AI, actually, but you can probably send it to AI to edit it. You have auto editing software that you can use. How did you not see that? Like, Microsoft Word is good at capturing that stuff. Grammarly is good at capturing stuff. When I was writing essays, I would put it on Grammarly just to proof edit to make sure everything was all good. Everything was all good. It told me what was strong, what was weak, but needed to change, how to get to look better, to get a better grade, all that stuff. Right? And I cited my sources, all that nice stuff, and I got an A that my teacher said, my professor said, I have a master's in English when it comes to my level of English. And yet I talk and I speak and I write on Twitter like I'm a dumb idiot because I had too many words to say and too few characters like everyone else. And when I do write, I'm writing with my thumbs, not my keyboard. But that's my excuse. Your excuse, Monsignor, is you're fucking lazy. You didn't do your research too, because like someone explained to me in the comments right now, like how is Asmongold right wing? He doesn't believe in anarchy, for one. Number two, I doubt he votes Republican. I doubt he's libertarian, or at least the Libertarian Party libertarian, not the actual libertarian, which is left wing. I know people would, well, technically, no, libertarian was founded by left wing politics, and it was a belief in anarchy. The ANCAP came later. So even then, under any of those, the point is, he doesn't fit. Asmongold doesn't fit that. I'm pretty sure he's more left wing than right wing. Continue on. On a YouTube channel, far right-wing person was saying he saw games that made him want to cry with their overblown attempts at messaging or imposing morals on gamers. You know what? I think, and this is why my channel tries to stay neutral on politics, is that I think because if you're left or right, we all smell the bullshit. There's your far left and there's your far right, which to me is just far left as well, because they're high on that political train. Looking at you, JDA. That they want to dictate culture on their terms as opposed to letting people have fun. Right? He's saying what we all feel. He's saying what every gamer feels regardless of their political leanings. During this time, Embracer's chief operating officer, a stable and active PR representative, said that the company had no comment on whether the account belonged to Karch. On his LinkedIn page, Karch posted that whoever wrote the comment seemed pretty sharp. Yeah, he's not going to admit it was him if it was him, allegedly. I'm going to point out he's smart. Because, again, he's pretty sharp, right? He seems to offer some context for his outspokenness in an interview with GameFile's Stephen Toledo, whatever, I don't care. Which took place on a flight in Starry Jet, saying, I don't care where this was at. I don't care. That's redundant. Take that out of there. Fewer words. Saying independent developers like Tim Sweeney fight the good fight because they had the chips on their shoulder that are often bigger than the other parts of their body. It's because we've all been taken advantage of. And that's true. A lot of game designers have been taken advantage of. A lot of gamers as well. Now, the entire gaming industry bearing his surname, Karch seemingly interesting keeping his name on the public eye. As Saber Star continues to rise, it's likely we'll hear more from the opinion executive. And now for multi-million dollar donations being benefiting pub. I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell benefiting. My God. I'm sorry, guys. there's one thing I really can't stand is when I read something I expect to be professionally written, having third grade spelling. Public institutions, many in the industry may be more likely to listen close to what he has to say. You know what? I'm going to do this live. Brian Francis, I'm trying to make content here. I'm trying to share the news that you're obviously sharing to everyone else, because not everyone that's the game is going to read the game developer. All right? I try not to get into politics, and I'm not going to attack your politics. You have a lot of redundant sayings, a lot of things that are not relevant to the article, that's not needed, and you can't seem to spell befitting properly. And you're a journalist, a writer, and a narrative designer, right? That means you're supposed to be good at writing. Now, I will say it is nice to know this is what we need to know, but someone better than you should have written this. I'm actually going to say this right now. I'm going to have to start. I don't read these things before I post them. I see the title. This would be interesting to cover. And then if I write a video on it, and then it makes it out there. I'm going to make this video because obviously it's going to be out there. I don't think you're going to see this. But my little rant and spiel is that from now on, I'm going to read everything like I'm a freaking editor, which is what you are supposed to be. And then I'm going to decide if I'm going to read it or not, because this 3-minute read was hard to do. It's 11 minutes and 34 seconds at the time of this recording. 3-minute read my ad. You can't read. You can't write. You can't spell. You should be fired. How did you make it a senior editor? Whose butt did you fuck? You know what? Fuck it. What do you think, viewer? Is this a plus for game design? And do you think the senior editor here should be fired or go back to class? Or do you think he actually spelled befitting right? Because oh my god, some of these things are just horrible. And be fair. Be fair. In the previous few videos I've done so far, that part placed included, there was a couple of times where words were misspelled or improper grammar used. And that's the biggest pet peeve of all I have. I know this is not a manufactured rant. I literally hate it when I read an article or a book or dialogue or anything, and I expect them to be better than me at writing things, because that's their job. That's what they're paid to do, to fucking write. And they can't even write better than my son, who's 9 years old. As always, though, happy gaming.
Worlds clash in endless collision. Gaming news with a fierce precision. With a spark so wild it breaks the norm. In the tempest's eye of reclaim gaming and Dragon Cast! Fire breathing wide, screaming loud. Levistro's here to shake the crowd. Psychotic dragon ready to ignite. Hold on tight.